Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Trazi School. Students, we have successfully completed 6th chapter of Indian Economic Development of class 12th, and today we are going to start with 7th chapter. The name of chapter is Employment, with special reference to growth, information, and other related issues. So, how who is a worker? A worker is an individual who is involved in some economic activity to earn a living. A worker contributes to the process of gross domestic product by rendering his productive activities. Some example of workers are farmers, managers, laborers, doctors, barbers, professors, etc. Who are generally included in worker? It is generally believed that people who are paid by an employer are worker. It is also included self-employed persons like shopkeeper, barber, cobbler. It also includes those people who remain temporarily absent from work due to illness. It also includes those people who help the main worker. It means all those who are engaged in some economic type of activities. Nature of employment in India is multifaceted. Some get employment throughout the year, while others get employed for only a few months in a year, like seasonal workers. Many workers do not get fair wages for their work. While estimating the number of workers, all those who are engaged in economic activities are included as employed. Now, labor force. All persons who are working, having a job, and though not working, are seeking and are available for work, are deemed to be in the labor force. Once again I repeat, all persons who are working, have a job, and though not working and seeking are available for work, are deemed to be in the labor force. So we can say labor force includes person working plus person seeking or available for work. In other words, labor force is total of employed and unemployed persons. So how you will calculate labor force? So basically, to get the labor force, we have to subtract the following three items from the total population. Unfit people like old or handicapped person, the person who are senior citizen or physically, mentally handicapped will have to be deducted from the total population. Then people who are not willing to work. Some people who are not interested to work will also be subtracted from the total population. Then people who are not available for work. Sometimes people who are not available for work have also to be subtracted. So this is how you calculate the labor force of any country. Now, in 1919 to 2000, the total number of workers in India was 400 million. Since majority of our people resides in rural area, the proportion of workforce residing there is higher. So out of 400 million workers, nearly 3/4 were rural workers. Around 70% of total workers are male workers and rest are female workers. Rural women basically participate in large number in productive activities as compared to the urban women. Among the rural workers, the share of female worker is more than 1/3, whereas share is around 1/5 in case of urban area. So you can easily understood that women participation is large in rural area comparing to the urban area. Now the last point. In rural area, many women carry out work like cooking, fetching water and fuel wood, and participate in farm labor also. They are either not paid wages in cash or are paid in the form of grains. For this reason, these women are not categorized as workers. However, it is often argued that these women should also be called as worker. So, once again I repeat this important point. Women carry out work like cooking, fetching water and fuel woods, and also participate in farm labor. They are either not paid wages in cash or are paid in the form of grain. For this reason, these women are not categorized as worker. However, it is often argued that these women should also be called as a worker. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.